Hi, this is Kendra from Pencil and Pigment, and today is my no-buy art supply 9-month in video, and I'm just going to be doodling while I do this video because I'm overlapping drawing challenges and I'm not made of time. So I'm just using a black Micron pen for this really dark background, and I apologize for having my desk lights on. I know it can really wash out what I'm creating and what I'm doing. But it is so dark and gray outside, I don't have a choice. It's really hard for me to draw in the dark. So we are 9 months in. Yay! Congratulations! I want to say first and foremost to the folks that are 9 months in, you are doing absolutely amazing, and look at where you're at. If you started your no-buy and you decided to do the second half of the year, then you are, maybe 3 months in, maybe this is your first month. I want to say congratulations, welcome to the no-buy. I want everyone to know how unbelievably proud I am of you and how hard you're working. And I know it's not easy. There are temptations everywhere you look. That's kind of what this is all about, is holding fast in the view of temptation. So the question that I feel is probably the most relevant is, am I done with my no-buy? And the answer is no. If you had asked me in August, I would have said, yeah, it's probably not a big deal to keep going or stop. But in September, there were a lot of different product releases and different things going on that sort of renewed me being tempted. And one of those big ones is Hobonichi. Let's see if this has a better nib. They're redoing their Tomoe River paper again. Ooh, that one's even worse. And when things are being discontinued, I feel extra tempted by things in that manner. Discontinued paper is one of my largest temptations. And even though I haven't purchased anything, I still haven't purchased anything. My first purchase will be the last week of December, and I will open that January 1st. I feel pressure. So when I feel pressure, I know I am not done with what I am doing in my life with this no-buy. So I want to kind of talk about, well, first let me ask you, do discontinued products tempt you like they tempt me? Is that something that you think about or don't even acknowledge? Like maybe that's not even on your radar. I don't know why that's such a tough one for myself, but it kind of is. I want to talk about some of the things I have learned in the past month I'm just continuing doing drawing challenges and creating, and currently overlapping things. Don't do what I do. Be better. Be better than what I am. So some of the things I picked up the last couple months since doing like the 6-month check-in is that figuring out ways to renew my interest and enthusiasm with drawing, with creating. And there's several different ways I have managed to do this. And one was to use up my oldest art supplies. Made me very motivated and very proud of myself, and sort of like I had some sketchbooks from 2017. Those were my oldest ones. And I was able to use those up. And the sense of accomplishment that came with that was really huge. And when I have bursts of things like that, it sort of propels me further. And it just keeps me motivated and keeps me going. And I really appreciate those feelings and emotions going forward. Like this is very much an emotion and feeling sort of challenge with where my mood's at, with needs versus wants, with boredom, scrolling, and all those different things. This is very highly charged with psychology and emotion. Excuse me. So any chance where I can motivate myself or be happy with myself, excuse me, is something worth doing and cultivating and celebrating, because that just sort of keeps me going. So what I've been doing with some of these challenges and some of these things is not necessarily doing what's the most popular. There's a huge temptation to be seen and be prevalent and be present on all the social media things and, you know, get my name out there and do some of that stuff. But the ideas that I can't let go of, the things I'm constantly thinking about, like this is one of them. So all I could think about was doing an art journal, and I couldn't find one. I wanted to see other people's art journals. That's where it started. I went on YouTube and I was like, I want to look at some people's art journals. I'm sure there are people that do heavy illustration in their journaling, and I want to see some. And I couldn't find exactly what I was looking for. And because of that, I was like, well, if I can't find it, I should just make it. So I started thinking about how I was going to do that, with which sketchbooks I had left. And I just couldn't get this idea out of my head. And when that happens to me, I have to embrace it. And that has to be what I go for when I go to do an art challenge. Go for the ideas I can't let go of, because that's where I will feel the most motivated and interested and excited about doing things. Now, I am currently attempting to draw an astronaut, in case you're wondering, like, what is she doing? No one knows. So I'm just sort of embracing that and trying to embrace like unfinished results. Like not everything has to be, you know, sell worthy, like selling online, and just working towards practicing. And that can be such a huge sense of accomplishment. In June, I did figure drawing because I'm just not good at figures. And they were very sketched out and they were very rough, and I really sort of embraced that unfinished process. And for me, that's a big deal. Like not everything has to be practically perfect in every way. Even though I do sketchbook tours and show everything I'm creating and doing, that had to be something that I could work towards, that, you know, I just sort of let go that idea of perfection. And that really helped me stay interested and motivated, so I could do something like this, where it is, you know, part of Sketchtimber and just sketching and doodling, but creating something as well where I'm eventually going to write over it in like gold ink so it sparkles with the other sparkles. And why an astronaut? This is part of a constellation card. I don't know if you can see this, but there's holes on the back. So if you line this up with the sky, you can see part of this constellation. Yeah. So the other thing I've been trying to do more is combinations. So very, very heavy mixed media, like I thought I was going to do, and doing combinations of art supplies I've never done before. Like in World Watercolor Month for July, I did a micron with granulating watercolors. I will link all these weird sketchbook tours and things I'm talking about. But I've never done a drawing challenge in that way, with supplies specific to that. And in doing it like that, it felt like my supplies were different. Like it made them exciting and kind of new in that strange combination. And that felt very motivating and exciting. And as long as I'm excited, I'm not bored. So I keep creating when those feelings like that pop up. I love being excited about art and stuff and creating that stuff. So yeah, that's about all I've picked up, you know. The other thing I kind of wanted to talk about a little tiny bit was, because of this no buy, would I be willing to pick up different design and art supplies, like things I've never used before. So for example, I have never oil painted before. That's something I've never done. And maybe old me would have picked up some supplies and tried that just because I'd never done that before. But because of this no-buy and sort of realizing what I love and how much I already have, that's not something I'm really interested in doing anymore. So that's kind of a weird thing that has popped up now, is that I don't really want to try all new art supplies. I want to keep delving into the ones I own because I own so much. So I'm just wondering if this has happened to you, if there are things you are no longer interested in because you're doing a no-buy and you're changing your focus. You know, I'm so proud of you. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.